The Glass Onion has finally dropped on Netflix, so let's talk about it. Hi, my name is Sean, and I love to talk about movies and TV way too much. With that in mind, go ahead and join me down below in the comments section. Let me know, what did you think about The Glass Onion, and were you a fan of Knives Out? If you don't know what The Glass Onion is, it is another murder mystery set in the world of Knives Out, but Daniel Craig's character is the only kind of common thread between the two movies. You can see either one of them in any order. There's no story connections. They are standalone stories with the detective, played by Daniel Craig, as the through line for the series, as well as writer-director Rian Johnson kind of bringing his version of a whodunit to the big screen with Knives Out and the small screen in the case of The Glass Onion. Now, I was a big fan of Knives Out, so I was very excited to check out this film, and I had several opportunities kind of to see it over the last couple months. It played at a film festival here in town, but I wasn't free that day that it played, and then it was in theaters for a week a month ago, but it was right around Thanksgiving, so I had all these family obligations, so I couldn't make it out to go see the movie. So I've been eagerly waiting this film for quite a while. Woke up early, watched it this morning. Now let's talk about it. And to cut right to the chase, I thoroughly enjoyed this film, just like I thoroughly enjoyed Knives Out. Rian Johnson just has a knack for putting together a lively set of characters and having a nice whodunit that uses some modern storytelling cinematic techniques where the story's not entirely linear, just does a great job of slowly revealing information to you so it keeps you guessing while keeping you entertained from beginning to end. He did that with Knives Out, and he's done it again here with The Glass Onion. I believe that Rian Johnson signed a huge contract with Netflix to do a bunch of these deals. I am totally game for whatever mystery he wants to put out next, because it's just a fun series that, while they are connected in the one sense, they're also just these like nice standalone mystery experiences. And I think a big part of the charm here is that he brings in these star-studded cast of all kinds of different actors, and you bring them together and they're all playing these huge, gigantic personalities. And so it's just fun to see that. Like when you have Dave Bautista walking around in a Speedo that has a gun holster, that's just really amusing. And because he is this larger than life person, he can play a larger than life character in a way that's very entertaining. And even kind of a lot of the people, the way that they selected them, they just feel like they fit these specific personalities. It's nice to see kind of Kate Hudson in a big project like this again. There's just a lot of fun to be had with all of that. Of course, Daniel Craig is just a ton of fun as this detective character, and the way that he interacts with people, the way that they use him in stories to misdirect the audience as well as the characters in the story. And because it's such a different character from James Bond, it's just like it's fun to see him doing this sort of thing in a movie once again. Now, when it comes to the murder mystery, I think there was something added to the experience by watching it at home. And I'll explain why in just a second. But, of course, I would have loved to have seen it on the big screen. That would have been my preferred experience. In fact, back over Thanksgiving break, my brother-in-law texted me like, hey man, let's get the whole family together to go see Glass Onion over Christmas break. And I was like, I love that idea, but it's only in theaters for a week. And we're like, why are they doing this? We wanted to go see, the whole family was gonna go see the movie. So what I mean, there was a way in which the experience was enhanced, is that it's a murder mystery, so you're trying to piece it together. It's a movie designed to give you clues and misdirect you and do all that fun stuff. So as I'm watching it, actually right here with my wife, like there were a couple times we paused and she said what she saw and I said what I saw, and both of us saw the thing that we were supposed to see, but one of us saw the misdirect and the other one saw the actual thing. I'll let you decide which of us was smarter. It wasn't me. And so it's just, there was like even that kind of like little amplified element that if we watched it in the theater, we wouldn't be kind of playing along on the mystery and having a conversation. We couldn't pause the theater to talk about what we thought was going on. And so I thought even, I wish I could have seen it on the big screen. That would have been my number one preferred way to see it. But there are some benefits to watching it at home on Netflix. And when it came to the story, I think the beginning part of it, it was a little bit like, let's pick on all these out of touch rich people. And it's like, okay, having a bunch of rich people who are out of touch make a movie trying to make fun of out of touch rich people while they're not seeming to be totally self-aware about it is a bit of an odd choice. But once it really got into the kind of the mystery of it, like the first, 30 minutes, I was like, I'm entertained enough. Like this is good. But once it kind of like kicked into gear, it started like showing you things and you're not sure what you saw and what you're supposed to remember, and then it keeps revealing more and more things, the way that you get information when you see things and what was really going on. He just has Rian Johnson is really good at putting together these stories with all these moving parts and knowing how to put when, where, and all. I think he's really good at it. So I was glued from beginning to end. Yeah, I was able to guess a few things, but I think you're supposed to. You're supposed to be able to like pick up on the clues, and if you're not able to piece anything together, then the writer-director cheated because they didn't actually put the information out there. You're supposed to be able to see things. So there were several things I pieced together, several things my wife pieced together, and then as you kind of move into the final 10 minutes, you start like piecing it together with the character. You're like, oh, I know. Okay, I see what's about to go down. And so I found it to be just a solid film, entertaining from beginning to end, solid murder mystery, fun cast, lively characters. And if this is going to be an ongoing series, I'm totally on board with it. And like right now, we've got two of these franchises kind of going on. We got Kenneth Branagh's series that he's doing, Death on the Nile, Murder on the Orient Express, and we have Rian Johnson's Knives Out mysteries. And I think easily Rian Johnson is dominating the field. That they're just much more entertaining films where the mystery works better, the clues are revealed better, and it's just a more fun experience on every level. I think every level of them are working. Both of them have very solid talent writing and directing. Both of them have star-studded casts. Rian Johnson is winning the game right now. Did it need to be 2 hours and 20 minutes? It's probably a little bit too long. Like I said, the beginning 30 minutes was like, I was like, okay, I don't think the magic's quite here as much as it was last time. And then it kicked in. I was like, all right, with this, I'm just on board with this one as I was with the last one. I didn't feel this one was quite as funny. Like, it's entertaining, you have your bits, but I don't think it was consistently as funny as I recall Knives Out being. So, not my gut reaction is this one wasn't quite as good as Knives Out, but that's also to say it's not quite as fresh. It's not that first adventure, that first experience, but there's no like in any way significant dip in quality or anything like that. And I suppose in the way that it kind of reveals its information and then gives you a different perspective and shows you something you missed before, it might have been a little bit too extreme, just a little bit, like maybe dialed back a bit, and how big of a like, let's cut to this, rewind to that. And there's a point in the middle where it's like a pretty harsh, abrupt shift in the way it does it. Maybe a bit too much. These aren't big complaints. I thoroughly enjoyed the film. Rian Johnson is onto something here, delivering solid 21st century whodunits that have great mysteries, great casts, and solid entertainment, and a really fun detective character at the center of it. Overall, I'll give this one an A- on the entertainment scale. Let's go with like a 8.6 out of 10. And if you like Knives Out, definitely check this one out. And if you like whodunits and you haven't seen Knives Out, go ahead and check it out. Like I said at the beginning, it doesn't matter which one you see first. You can see them in any order. They are standalone stories. You can check out my review of Knives Out right over there. You can check out my Rian Johnson ranking right down there. Thank you so much for watching. Keep talking movies and TV too much. Bye-bye.